It's what are my metrics telling me, right? And refining that message to your audience. I can't underscore enough the importance of knowing your audience's understanding of the data and what they truly care about. As I mentioned earlier, we're PE owned by a bunch of people who believe that they know. They're benchmarking us to their portfolio. They're benchmarking us to the industry. So whereas in the past, we would go in without that data and without our own data where we can tell our own story, we're having our story told to us, right? So by tailoring your message to your audience, you can absolutely look at the big picture and delve down, right, from a bottoms up sort of view to talk about your unit economics and how that's driving your big picture, right? In addition, you have to be able to articulate all this data into a coherent, cohesive, and succinct story, and how that does support the band's path. How are you building your brand equity, right? And by explicitly outlining the objectives that you're trying to achieve with the data, which is often lost because you're dealing with your audience, you have your defined goals, right? You have to explain how your strategies support the business, right? And how we're going to get to our trajectory. Are we acquiring new customers? Are we going after repeat purchasers? But you have to be able to show, especially with attribution, how that's going to support your overall strategy in a way that you're not data overloading the system, because then you're going to lose your audience. I would only add to that then, make it simple, right? Make it so, when you asked me about my past experience, I grew up in the fashion retail industry, where if you were an accountant, you were not welcome to the table. You were back office. And I learned early on, if you don't know how to deliver a message, don't have a message to deliver. So you have to be able to take all this data and narrate your story and tailor it to your audience, right? And then just stay in constant contact with everyone. Get the input from your audience. Come back next time. We incorporate your input, but we're making it a virtual cycle, right? Input, output, right? And building our models that addresses their questions, but most and foremost is being able to own your own story. And that comes by truly knowing your audience and what motivates them.